Hello, everybody. It's Mark Johnson with Guaranteed Rate. And I'm getting asked all the time by my friends and clients if I think there's going to be a housing bubble. In this video, I'm going to break it down for you so that you can see and clearly understand why there's not going to be a housing bubble. So, home values have increased so much during the 2022, excuse me, during the 2020 and 2021 years that you might think there might be another crash coming. But that's wrong. So don't take my word about that. Let's go look at some of the charts here. So let me just open up my, share my screen here. And I'm just going to show you that in slide one, um, just how much did home prices increase in the year 2020 and 2021? It's about 35% when you include compounding um, in the calculation. That means that do you think that means there's going to be a crash? Well, in slide two, we're going to show you what happened during 1943 to 47, and that was during the Great Depression, when they went up 118% in 6 years. Was there a crash? No, there was no crash then. Home prices did not even take a break. Let's look at some of the data that actually went up another 43 consecutive years. Oh, and interest rates were all over the place. Some years were higher than others and some years were lower, but it didn't really matter. So let's look at home prices that dropped from when home prices dropped in 1990 and 1991. When they dropped only for 2 years, which is kind of, crazy to see here, right through here. And then it went for another 14 years. So from 1992 to 2006. And one of the reasons they dropped then was because it was easy to get loans on a home for like over the value that you were borrowing. So if you had loans to be repaid that needed so you could qualify, you could take out 110% of the sales price of the home to pay off debts and qualify for the loan. So that was easy credit, and that's why we had, a decline during those years. Everybody was focused, I think, right now on the 2007 and through 2011. That's when the great, they call it the Great Recession or mortgage meltdown. It was a mortgage meltdown. It was a recession too, but it wasn't the great one, I don't think. But everyone keeps on saying, "Oh, it's going to crash. It's going to crash." Well, really? So during the last 81 years, it's up 73 years. 7 years were down years, and 1 was a tie in 1955. So add the 2 down years, which were less than 1%. What gives here? So what the problem right now is existing inventory. So when you're looking at inventory numbers, right now they're so way down. If you look at that, like we in 2007, we built more homes than ever before in the country. And they were selling, and there was easy finance. Almost anybody could buy that house. Even if they worked at McDonald's, they could buy a mini mansion back then. And so what's changed during that time? Well, there's a few things that have changed. First of all, lending standards have gotten tighter and realistic. So when they look at somebody's income, we look at if they can actually afford the payments on the house and all the other payments that they might have, including utilities and things like that. We don't actually get those numbers, but that's used in the calculation, in qualifying people for a home. So what's the lesson that we can learn here? Well, the last market cycle bottom, what did we see? So right now, we saw that it was down and then it went up here. When we look at the inventory level, well, we saw that in the 12 months after the bottom from 2012 on, prices went up 8%. But that 8% gain was with 2.4 million units of inventory in 2012. Here's where we're at today. So before we can, look at that, let's take a look at where we're even getting the 8%. We're talking about low and middle single digits. This is the time, I think, for buyers to buy, because in the future, home prices, they've already started going up. And when you look at the number of people that will get back into the market when you see interest rates below, even below 6%, you're going to see a greater demand for inventory, and you're going to see multiple bids and prices just jumping again to maybe like another 20% in 1 year if we get down to 5%. So my advice right now is to go ahead, look for a home that you can qualify for today. Remember, you can always refinance and get a lower interest rate when they come down, and you'll lock in the sales price of that home today, because in the future, it could go up another 20% in just a year or two. Anyway, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call or text or DM me. And if you like this video, go ahead and like and share it on whatever platform that you're watching it on. All right, have a great day. Thanks so much.